All right, but today we're starting off with a hot topic, and it's because, of course, there's oppression around every corner. You know, we're just trying to make a movie here, and all of America was getting excited for the new release of the movie Wicked coming out this week. And of course, the internet just comes out here ablazing, and I cannot believe the insensitivity. Check this out. So I don't know if you're familiar with the book and theatrical adaptation that followed and the poster associated with that. But of course, just some internet fans wanted to try to make the poster look more like, or to make, the movie poster look more like the theatrical and book poster. So here's the edit. This was a video that went viral, over 2 million likes. It got a lot of attention, and truthfully, very well done. Like, can we make an acknowledgement that this wasn't just slapped together? This is like a theatrical recreation. This is almost better than the cinematic one presented.
Yeah, and I'm actually a little surprised they didn't go with that style of poster just to promote the film. You think, oh, you want to make as many connections what people like with the property as much as possible. So I'm surprised they didn't actually do it. But it's always fun to see when someone's really highly skilled at Photoshop and just how they do it. It's one of the very few skills you get to see someone do at a high level. So it's always it's a good time.
David, watch yourself. Watch your tongue. I can't believe you're even starting the dialogue that way. I appreciate that you can take such a flamboyant position about how insensitive and disgusting you are. How could you say such a poster is better? So Cynthia Erivo, I mean, she's lucky this situation came about because this is the only reason I'm saying her name, but this is the lead actress playing the Wicked Witch of the West Side, and she's upset because of this adaptation, and she took it to Instagram. She says, "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I've seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting, equal to the people posing the question, is your green? None of this is funny. None of this is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us." Who's us? The original poster is an illustration. I am a real life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is a homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me. And that is just deeply hurtful. Now, if that's not enough narcissism and love with yourself, she follows up that post on Instagram with this one. I think it's a reflection of her love with herself. Let me put this right here to remind you and cleanse your palate. I'm sorry. So let me just leave you with one last image, and then we can toss it to the crowd because I'd like to hear everybody else's thoughts on this ordeal. But here's the perfect representation. Here's all three. All right. Oh man, I'm in the way. Golly, I'm blocking her eyes. My big face is just oppression. All right, let's give her time. Let's just do this. Boom. All right. The one on the left is the original movie poster. The one on the right is the fan adaptation. All right. Ricky, Silent, gang, what are our thoughts on this whole thing?
I hate this shit. Honestly. Silent, go first, please.
See, the main thing about these kind of things is that this is just a fan having fun. You don't need to get offended. This is not the production end. The one on the left is. So why are you worried about fans just having fun?
Oh my God. If we're going to be talking about fans having fun, do you know how many people have been memed? And one, it's not necessarily in the way they want it or like it. But two, goes back to the Trump classic, which is all press is good press. So it's like anybody memeing you is probably you are now embedded in history. You will be forever referenced, maybe in a comedic fashion you don't appreciate, but even and that's being a meme. This isn't even a meme.
No.
Like, here's the thing. There's a cult following for something that's been around for 25, 30 years, and you're only taking the baton and furthering it. You're not an original. You're not the OG, Honey Baby Cakes. And so there are people that will appreciate your film and your, as you would put it, artistic adaptation. But truthfully, it's an adaptation of what? An original product. So that image on the right is going to resonate with those people, whether they are, if they prefer it, maybe not, but they'll be like, oh, that's cool. That's fan art. Go to pick your favorite band, mine being 21 Pilots. You go to their concert. It's crazy. I mean, there are people with like 50 bands on their wrist just to give to strangers because that's the culture. There's a whole fan fest in creating these things. And again, it only further promotes the image, the brand, the thing you're trying to profit off of. And then I'm going to leave it with this. Damn it, it's more accurate.
Yeah.
The book and the theater poster have red lips. What are you? But again, go ahead, Ricky. Go ahead, please.
Look, I didn't know what was going on, so I understand why he didn't want to show us before. But the fan imitation is way better. It gives more mystery. Her eyes is not telling anything. It's like, it's weird. And for you, stop bringing race in everything. Everything don't have to do with your skin tone. Maybe they're just trying to just, as you said, an image.
A witch is supposed to be mysterious too, right? She's supposed to be scary and spooky and kind of like in the shadow.
Not seeing the eyes.
Not see
does
the
a lot
eyes.
more for me.
Yeah.
Well, so two things. First, I want to jump on Ricky's point. I hate to do it, but truthfully, I never wanted to talk about this movie. I don't want it to get any money. I don't want it to get any attention because my family was huge in The Wizard of Oz. My sister, one of her first Halloween costumes was Dorothy. We love The Wizard of Oz. My mom and my sister bond over the theater and the book Wicked. And my mom and my sister got upset with me a month ago at the dinner table when I personally, I knew what this was all before even this event. I go, of course they had to make this a race thing. They didn't. I go, but we know what the story is. We know the story is her being the odd person out. And now it's going to have the overshadowing of, it's not that she's the odd person out because she's green, like, I don't know, a fictionally fantastical color. So that way it resonates with everybody, right? We're going to cast that aside and make it hyper focused on race. My mom and my sister, that's, you're always looking for this. There you go again. But no, damn it, that's how they make money. That's how they play us. And then something like this happens. Now I have to talk about it. Because one, you're not a victim. You're still a millionaire. I could be so much meaner. Be lucky we're talking about you in this movie. Because if I wanted to. I was at work and I was like, today I'm gonna just get pictures of this lady. Just look at her. Google her. I'm not gonna be that guy, but it's like I could go after you. But because you're showing us with the Instagram that your character is calling for it. The second slide to me spoke more about narcissism than all the other trigger points and flowery Democrat language she throws at the beginning. We all know that's bullshit, and most of us with a logical brain see through it. The second slide to me tells me it's all about you. And so I want to point out the second and last piece, Ricky, and then I'm coming to you. You both point out there's multiple edits, all of the edits at which make it look more realistic to the thing. I want to focus on Ariana Grande. They showed us in the video as they made this edit, they cut her hand and move it up higher. Look at it, right? So in the movie poster, what was the movie poster, folks? What was their focus? Well, we want to show the dainty beauty of Ariana Grande, where we need to have the dimple. Show her little nose. You know, she didn't pay thousands of dollars for that nose job for it to be hidden behind a hand. But on the flip side, if you were to tell a secret, are you ever just like a Chinese person in a nail salon? No. Bitch, I got a secret. And you put that up there. And so one, it's way more realistic. And why isn't she a victim? Because it doesn't play into the narrative. And let's be real, we're hiding more. You see even less of Ariana Grande. That is so far from distinguishable. You went from one of the biggest pop stars in the world to another blonde girl. So again, why isn't she posting her victimhood? And what's funny is I wanted to have the video queued, but it's too long for our attention. It's not purposeful. But there's a video of Variety interviewing Ariana Grande on the red carpet. What do you think of this? And she's like, I love her. I'm going to be doing music with her forever. And I'm upset with the AI thing too. And so she goes on a rant about AI in Hollywood. And it was like, perfect deflection. But it's not even worth our attention because I think she even knows this is BS. She can't address it. She's just straight up ignoring it. Okay, Ricky, I know you're jumping to hop in here. So go ahead.
Out of the window
Jumping.
No, I was just reacting and cracking up to you because everything you're saying is fucking valid. I'm like, I don't know who the lady is. Who's the lady playing the witch? I don't even know who she is in real life.
Are you going to make me do this? I told you I was going to avoid it because I didn't want to take it here.
Just for the simple fact of you're making this grandstand and it's just fans. It wasn't even AI. It was someone recording themselves, fixing it, doing what they like. It's art.
All I'm saying is I wasn't going to go here, but I'm going to go here. You look exactly like a person that would get upset about this. You're exactly the person that makes their whole character and personality around,
my Lord.
I am the one. I am the victim. But again, you've got Variety writing about you. You're in one of the biggest blockbusters of the year, and you're still a victim because somebody on Reddit made a picture that doesn't even. It's not like it mocks you.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, she can go. She can go into the reason we wanted to do this poster, but I felt the eyes spoke much more to the character, and I wanted to convey that in the poster. And this was an artistic choice not to do that. But I do enjoy the fans and the creativity to do that. That's PR 101. That's just being nice and likable and not making it all about yourself, especially in an adaptation. This is an original movie. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. You can make it all about yourself. That's that's kind of the point. But I think sometimes they lose sight in these Hollywood types, just lose sight. Fans like this. There's a reason why you're playing this and why it's a big deal. Fans like this, and fans go out of their way, spend time out of their day to do this fun little thing. And maybe it wasn't even in malice. It was, I'd like to see what this looks like because it's so close. Maybe I can make it a little closer.
Let me ask you this, because he is like myself and Miss Cynthia. He's of the green variety. You're a big Godzilla fan. I'm assuming Godzilla has a community like this, right? Getting into the artistic side, comic adaptations. Does Godzilla feel oppressed by all of those?
Well, if he did, he takes it out. He lashes out in violence.
He knows who's to take it to. Those people on the island. I'm coming for you.
He'll come to New York too. So it's always a big city. It's never a small rural town. It's always a big city. So he knows where his target audience is.
All right. So I gotta ask, Silent, for epic thoughts, what do you think of this whole deal?
Look, this is just fan art. It's not the final poster. Your face will be on the final poster. Don't freak out. At the end of the day, like you said, you're still a multi-millionaire, world-famous actor. So who cares? Let the fans draw their drawings. Let the fans have fun with the poster. All that doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the studio is going to publish whatever poster that you guys decided to publish already. So why does it matter if a fan makes a redo of the poster? You're literally making a redo of an old movie. So that's art. Art just gets redone all the time. Remixes get redone all the time in music. Movies get reshot. Movies get, rewritten, remastered, that's just how it is. There's a lot of things that just get reused. and it's part of being an artist, right? Like good artists copy, good artists steal, all that stuff. And if you're gonna get butthurt about that, then you probably shouldn't be an artist, honestly.
Yeah, this isn't the industry for you if this is where you really you get offended by this. And it's not even like there's one thing to be like, well, I don't like the AI, I don't like people, training the algorithms so that they're better at copying my work. It's I am the victim, and it is a little gross. And it just if I'm a major fan, like, ooh, do I really want to? Do I have a second thought of wanting to watch this, or at least wait until it goes on to streaming? Just because I don't feel admired as a fan. So as the fan, I'm the reason this property has the value it does. Is the reason why you're getting the salary, the creative teams are getting the salaries they are, is because I originally pumped this thing up to a point where you can't ignore it as a Hollywood production.
Right, Ricky, rapping thoughts.
Stop playing victim and everything. Like, it's just a fan art, as that y'all all said. It ain't that serious. It ain't that deep. So she didn't have to take it there. But hey, she got eyes on her movie, I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's right. That was going to be one of my first major points is she's the one that still wins in this whole ordeal. And for my rapping thought, here's the sad part. Everybody's looking for victimhood, and it's kind of like The Boy Who Cried Wolf. And at some point, we are going to become numb to real victimhood, and it's going to put us in a place where all of this progression and growth just digresses because it has an adverse effect. So we have to be careful. At the same time, I recognize that a lot of, and I have to have empathy in some respect to a lot of this still does come from the place of we had a dark past. We're trying to grow and find, a common ground, but also, become stronger as a community. And a lot of where these extremes go overboard, where you find their justification, it's based in where it comes from. It's coming from a good place. It's coming from a place of growth. The sad part is the fact before this poster thing even happens, we've become so racially obsessed that you can't even have the whole point of like the dream was that an actress of any kind takes on this role and we see nothing but the embodiment and transformation into this new character. The fact that this overlooming propaganda in everything from the last 10 years is so in your face, even if that wasn't the intention, there is an impossibility that it doesn't trigger that emotion and that metaphorical or it being a direct reflection of this scar that looms over us totally.
Yeah.
So here will be my wrapping thought. I find, like you said, most of these brands are built around the fan themselves. And this isn't just any brand. This is a multi-decade, like generational cult classic brand. The ruby red slippers. I mean, again, that red lipstick in the poster is also to be a contrast that triggers an emotion. So I wrap it with this. When fans are presented something that, maybe is unsatisfactory, like the Sonic, and they voice their opinion, we've seen in the past where correction is made. Now, here's the unfortunate thing. We know nothing's going to change. The movie comes out the day this happens. Yeah. Let's also agree there's an increased likelihood that this was the perfect marketing ploy ever, because a guy that had disdain for your movie and never wanted to talk about it made it a full 30-minute bit in his show, right? So you win. We know that you're not going to change it. We call for her lipstick to be more red. We call for, the poster to look this way. It doesn't matter. but it's got us all talking about it. So one, there's going to be no change, but take an instance like this. Was Sonic oppressed when like the fans just didn't like his face? We don't even like your face. We hate your face.
It's the teeth.
That
It's
poor
the
Sonic.
teeth.
It
Just
is,
looks
it
so
is.
realistic.
You
It's
know,
the
I'm a
teeth.
te-
It's the teeth. Yeah.
I'm a teeth guy. I like straight, clean teeth. Could you imagine? I feel offended for Sonic. We're all talking about this guy. How could you not be subconscious about your teeth after this whole dialogue? And that's kind of it too. At what point does your dumb ass recognize you're a fictional character? And I read my thought. What are your
So I can see where the parallel is, where the artistic decision to cast a black woman in this role. I can see how that there's a lot of narrative through line between, hey, like what you said, what happened, in the past, there was a little bit of racism in the United States, and I think this movie can kind of call back for it and just showcase, like, okay, yeah, it can elicit an emotion. That's what good art does.
True.
However, this is going to be a classic scenario of separating the art from the artist. She might be great in this role. She might just knock it out of the park. This is a big girl role. This ain't no side character. You're the reason people are showing up for this movie. So again, to lash out at fans, that's not where you want to do. Go with the easy target. Go with like Republican Twitter.
Well, but again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to make my point stronger to make myself look worse, but it's like, for you to be offended, it needed to be like racially stereotypical exaggerations, things that people objectively would find disgusting. Then you're a victim. Like, we don't even need to list them. Use your imagination, because the image I showed you isn't that. Like, the thing that I showed you is not a gross exaggeration of the real thing. And so I think that's the bigger point, is this is only a subtle adaptation. The only thing that changed, and I'm getting back to the point of narcissism, is you personally have less notoriety. To me, the poster looks more like the Wicked. It looks more like a satisfactory image for the fan, but you are less of the limelight. You are less of the focus, and now you're offended. And then you get to follow it up and say, let me remind you, let me cleanse your palate. This is the real image. And I don't know, to me, that's telling. Cleanse your palate with my eyeballs. I'm looking down the barrel. This is my Foz.
Looking right at you, buddy. This is one of the segments we all agree on.
Yeah,
which
love
I
it.
hate so much. But
What do you call it?
We're right. The circle jerk.
Oh, dang. Doug, any thoughts on the circle jerk?
It's about to be a bigger circle, guys.
Let's get two more hands in here.
I have to definitely say she overreacted. I mean, people who do this are people who love that and want to make it look like what they loved, and way overreaction. So good old circle, everybody.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Rethink Tank Live. Join us every Tuesday at 7 p.m. streaming across the platforms on YouTube, Rumble, X, Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok. We do our best to promote user engagement, and we want you involved. So be sure to bring your perspective live so we can get you in the dialogue. See you then.